Hi, this is Lindy King. I'm with California College Transfer and I help students transfer to the UCs. I'm going to do a really short video today on the 5 most important things to successfully transfer to a UC. Obviously, depending on your major, you may have some other issues you have to do, but in general, if you get most of these done to the best of your ability, you will be assured of getting into at least 1 or 2 of the UCs. Okay, so we're going to start right away, and I'm going to start with what I call the 3 required things you need to do. The first one is you need to have 60 UC transferable semester units by the end of spring, immediately preceding the fall enrollment at the UCs. So when you apply in November, you don't need to have the 60 done then, but they need to be done by the following spring. And the 60 UC transferable equals 90 quarter transferable. So if you're on the quarter system, you need 90. And by UC transferable, I mean courses that are approved by the UCs. Remedial courses such as intermediate algebra and most English as second language don't apply. And there may also be other courses that just are like kind of courses that just somehow didn't get approved by the UCs. So they have to be UC transferable by the spring. If you're one short, you have 59 units, you won't get in. So it's crucial to do that. The second thing is strong GPA. Yes, most of the UCs are holistic. Some are more holistic than others. But once you get past those 60 units and you're still in the game, really it is still a numbers game. You need to have a strong GPA. Even Berkeley, which is the most holistic, you can imagine they expect a very, very good GPA. So keep that in mind because that's if you don't have it, it's going to be a lot harder to get in. Okay, the third thing is major course completion. What you need to do is you go to assist.org and you look at your major at every UC to which you want to apply, and you need to do the required courses that are listed. They will say required, these need to be completed. They need to be completed. Now sometimes it'll say there are also recommended courses. Recommended means exactly what it means. It's recommended. You don't really have to do them, although doing them or some of them makes you more competitive. And depending on the selectivity of the major, it may be a good idea to do them, but they're not crucial. But if you are missing required courses that are actually at your UC or nearby, you can very well not get in because of that. It's a very, very crucial component. Now, if a class is not offered at your community college, which often happens, then what you need to do is look at the community colleges right around your district, see if it's offered there. If it is, you need to take it. They're going to expect you to take it. If it's a ways away, they don't expect you to be, put your life in upheaval to take a course. So even if it's like an hour away or 45 minutes away, even I've run into this, you're on the peninsula and the class is offered in the city, but it's going to San Francisco, but it's going to take you, 35 minutes to get there, and then you have to park, and then you have to all stuff. They won't, for the most part, won't expect you to take it. So that should be okay. You could always send an email just to get it in writing that it's not there. But generally, they won't. The one exception might be something like UC Berkeley Engineering, because it is so competitive. They have a lot of required courses, and they have a boatload of recommended courses. And I urge you to take as many of those recommended courses as possible, even if it means you're driving all over the place, because it is so competitive. You're going to be running into people who have done it. So it's really crucial. But that's kind of the exception. In general, you just do, if it's required, you get it done. If it's missing at your community college, if it's not nearby, it's usually okay. So now I'm going to go into optional. By optional, I mean these are things that still have importance, but they're not as intense as the first 3. Okay, the next one is personal insights. Now, you might be a little surprised at this because you might think, oh my God, everyone's panic-stricken over the personal statements, which are now personal insights. But I want to let you know that as things go, it's not as crucial. It's crucial in some areas, but it's not as crucial in general. I mean, obviously you have to do them and you want to do your best. But first of all, unless things change, only 5 of the UCs read the personal statements for transfer admission purposes, and that was Berkeley, UCLA, San Diego, Merced, and Riverside. The 4 in the middle, Irvine, Davis, Santa Barbara, Santa Cruz, didn't even read them for admission purposes. So this is why I'm saying that they're not all equally holistic, because it's kind of hard to be holistic if you're not even reading the personal statements. So I don't know how it's going to shake out with personal insights. It's new, but I'm going to assume it's going to be somewhat similar, but we'll find out soon enough. But even for the ones that read them, where the personal insights or personal statements in the past were the most valuable is if you're a borderline student or if it's a highly selective major. If it's a highly selective major, the departments actually get involved and they will also read, they may read them, it depends on the department. But in both cases, borderline or highly selective, they can use these personal insights, used to be personal statements, to differentiate you with another student. So you always want to do your best, because also, aside from admission purposes, every UC looks at them in terms of scholarship potential, like Regents, or financial aid. So you always want to do your best. The last one is the extracurricular activities. Now, for freshmen, that's very, very important. For transfers, they don't really care as much. By the way, a job counts as an extracurricular, so keep that in mind. They know that, transfers just tend to have a different life. They've got more responsibilities, so they're not as focused. Where an extracurricular is going to come in is very similar to what I just said. If you're a borderline student, or if it's a highly selective major, they may look at what you've done to differentiate you with someone else. And what you really want to do if you have extracurriculars, especially in the highly selective, as borderline, I think they just kind of want to see, are you giving back? What have you been doing? What's something that's going to, differentiate you, as I said. If you're highly selective, they're going to be looking a lot more at like leadership, or, like Haas School of Business, for example, puts huge emphasis on extracurriculars. If you don't have any, don't even bother to apply. But they're going to be looking at leadership, finance, nonprofit, law. They want to see something related to business. So extracurriculars are always good, just to kind of give you that little edge, but it's not crucial. So that is basically it. The first three are crucial. The last two, obviously, you want to do your best and kind of bring your best game, but they're not as important. I have an infographic of all of this, as you can see on the right. It's on my website. There'll be a link below, so you can, if you want to get it or download it, you can. I'm at cacollegetransfer.com, and I have the book, How to Transfer to a UC from a California Community College, which is available on iTunes and Amazon. So thanks for watching. Bye.